Hey, in 2026 sellers, I gotta warn you, the buyers think the inspection report is their new weapon in negotiating a home sale here in San Antonio, Texas. What am I talking about? Look, we've always had homes that go under contract, and almost always, 99% of the time, there's a home inspection, and negotiating repairs is sort of a standard play. However, this feels like in 2026 a lot more like it was in 2008 when the buyers were feeling their oats, felt like they had control of the process, and they were going ahead and demanding lots of repairs and concessions. That is going to happen at least 50% of the time, where we're going to see people ask for the extra as a buyer because they think they have the market power to get away with it. So what is my job as your listing agent? I'm here to defend you, to make sure we don't get boxed in, so you're in a position where we can get your home sold and then get through the repair negotiation and any concessions and still get you the goal of what you want to net when you sell your house. Hey, by the way, I'm Mark Stillings. I'm an agent here. I'm a realtor, associate broker in San Antonio, Texas for the last 19 years. I'm a TREC certified instructor, helped about 600 families buy and sell homes. What does that all mean to you watching the video? It just means I have some experience to share with you that hopefully helps you achieve your goal. And today we're talking about selling smart in San Antonio in 2026. So back to it, repair negotiations. The buyers are thinking, this is my new leverage, this is my new secret weapon to get a better deal than we even first negotiated in the background. And we need to be prepared for three big killer issues that are going to come up with frequency in the repair negotiation. What are those? Well, the big three are the roof, the HVAC, and the foundation. The roof, what do we see a lot here in San Antonio? Either granular loss, where the house is simply, the roof is aged out, it's getting near end of life, or there could be hail damage. So a recommendation is to know and assess where you're at currently with your home. If the roof has been, let's say, plus 10 years, and you know of any recent hail activity, it might be worthwhile to have a roofer take a look just to see where we stand. I like to have knowledge. If the roof is in great shape, that's awesome. If it's in reasonable shape, the story is going to be that we are selling the house price for condition. If we're looking at a failure on a roof, that's obviously not ideal, but better to know about that before we get into the process so you can make informed decisions. Do we want a roof replacement prior to going on the market, or do you want to deal with that as part of your home inspection? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. Even if you have a home that's priced aggressively, there's no way around dealing with the roof because the house might not be insurable. That's right. A buyer has to get insurance on the property for them to close as a condition of their loan. And if the roof fails inspection, no matter what price we negotiated, it still might not be insurable, and that can stop a deal dead in its tracks. The only way around that is to sell the house cash to an investor, which sounds easier for sure, but remember those investors are out there looking for deals at like 50 and 60 cents on the dollar. My job as a listing agent is to make sure we don't get into that trap. Another big issue is obviously the HVAC. It's literally a health and safety issue. People have to have active working air conditioning to survive and function in San Antonio 2026 with, we get into July and August and temperatures get to 100, 105 degrees. So the buyer's going to expect that. So here's my recommendation on the best way to deal with it. Let's get an upfront inspection on your HVAC units. That's just critical because now we know, are they cooling properly or not? The great point on this is if it's just off a little bit, and the inspectors have a range that they look for, anywhere from 15 degrees minimum to 22 degrees on the top side, that the unit should be functioning in. And that's in terms of the cooling differential from the room of the house to what's coming out of the vents. So if we know that, let's say you're at 13 degrees, maybe 14 degrees, and you're off just a little bit, it's much better financially for you to pay for a service call. Let's get that unit cleaned and tuned up. And that way the buyer doesn't have an excuse to point to a failed HVAC system and be demanding a new unit before they'll continue to close on the property. Because even if we say no to their request and they walk away, you lose. And here's why. Your house will end up back on the market, and no matter what, without doing any research, the typical buyer will go, oh, must have been a problem. It's back on the market. Someone put it under contract and then walked away. I don't know if I want to spend my time and energy there. So that's really a disaster for you as a seller. So let's find out what the story is with your HVAC up front if there's any question about where it stands. Now, don't get me wrong, if you've been doing routine service on your unit and we have records and we can provide that, then this might not be a concern for you. But when in doubt, let's check that HVAC up front to give you maximum negotiation power when we're negotiating repairs. So here's the last one of the big three, and this does come into play. It's the foundation. Now, we have caliche soil here in San Antonio. the heat and the moisture makes the soil expand and contract, so movement is typical, and every house will move a little bit. But as a seller, if we start to see cracking in the property, and there are vertical cracks up and down, which are typical, what is dangerous is if you see 45-degree cracks, because that indicates some torque on the structure. So if we have anything that a buyer would flag as a question, we need to deal with that. And the best way is, in doubt, let's get a foundation inspector out there to tell us one of two things. Number one, the foundation's performing as intended. That gives us negotiating power when that inspection report comes back over. Or number two, if you truly do have a foundation problem, better to know up front, because that way we can make informed decisions on, are we going to pay for out of pocket to have service work done? Or do you want to deal with that as part of your repair negotiations? But if you go that strategy, just dealing with it as repair negotiations, remember we have a lot of VA buyers in San Antonio and we have a lot of FHA buyers, first-time buyers. And so those loan programs are going to be stringent on issues like foundation, and we might not even be able to get it past an appraiser. Forget the inspection, we might not get it past an appraiser. So again, I think knowledge is power, and the more we know up front about your roof, about your HVAC, about your foundation, when there's questions on any of these big three, let's get it on the table and let's talk between us before we turn over the stick, if you will, to the buyer who might use it to beat us over the head when it comes time to negotiating repairs. So I've described some scenarios where inspections are being done and how we can get in front of that. One other thing you need to know about is, what does the process look like? We'll know that probably with 99% certainty, a buyer's going to ask for a termination option in their contract. And pretty typically that's between about 7 and 10 days. I've seen less, I've seen more, but 7 to 10 days is very common. That is their period of time to obviously do their inspections and request repairs, okay? Theoretically, they could back out of the offer for any reason at all. But 95% of the time, if there's a problem and the deal cancels, which 20% of the deals in San Antonio are canceling this year, that's 1 in 5, if it's going to happen, it's almost always over repairs. And here's the tactic I see from buyer's agents sometime. They might get the inspection done on the 2nd or 3rd day and then hold the repair request for a few days to get closer to the deadline to gain leverage over you as a seller, because you're feeling the pressure of making a quick decision right before the end of their option. They actually have until 5 o'clock the last day of their option period. Now, me as a listing agent, I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to note when they have their inspections, and within a day, I'm going to be saying, hey, hope the inspections went well. Do you have any repair requests? Please send those over as quickly as possible. I want to get this information early in the process because you might need to get a quote, and we need to call out an HVAC company or a roofing company to get a quote. I want you to have some time. The other thing I will do is, I don't want you up against the deadline. So if we're needing to get some quotes, I'm going to work with the other agent, the buyer's agent, to extend the option period, to take the pressure off, so we're not feeling backed up against the wall. Because my observation with people is, when you feel under pressure, people tend to make snap decisions that might not always be the best ones. So if we can just add a few days to the process, we can just kind of de-escalate a little bit, calm things down, and get the right information so you can make a great decision. I hope you found this information helpful in you getting your home sold using the Selling Smart strategy in San Antonio, Texas in 2026. Hey, so I hope you found this information helpful. We can develop a Selling Smart strategy for you. If you found this content helpful, I'd love for you to hit the like and subscribe button. And I'd love your input. What are some other topics I can do videos on that would help you as a seller get your home sold for top dollar as quickly as possible in 2026?